Well, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Thanksgiving, man. It's been a while since our last Bollywood podcast. Welcome, one and all. We have a whole lot of ground to cover. A whole lot of time has lapsed since our last Bollywood podcast. It's been, man, how long has it been? Episode 14 was like almost a month ago. You know, the idea was to start cranking these out once a week, but, stuff happens, I guess. So I think probably let's start with this. Let's start with a recap, kind of just some of the things that we've done. We had the Bifrika trailer, which I did not like the trailer. I thought it was just terrible garbage. And then I just didn't like it. I thought it was like a lack of effort and just kind of seemed to be appealing to the lowest common denominator in people. Then we had the Unbelievable Adventures of Balgarishi Part 1. And it's a Southern Indian thing. And man, was it hilarious. It was just like super cheesy hilarious. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. You have to excuse me here. I'm working on a cold trying to get through a cold here. And we also did Parched movie review. I saw quite a few movies since our last time. Parched, I thought, was really, really good. It was really, really good, and boy, I gotta tell you, I thought it was just a really good film. Really important film. I thought we saw some things in there that I haven't seen yet in a Bollywood film. We saw some nudity. We saw some dealing with some really tough just cultural issues of the old world versus the new world. I thought it was really fascinating to watch these worlds collide, and as we look at India and how it's changing and evolving and becoming a modern society, there's a whole lot of stuff to kind of overcome in that. And I thought this film did a great job of showing that conflict. And if you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to go watch it. It is on Netflix. That's where I saw it. And I gave it the highest grade I can give, an A+. And I don't hand those out too often. And we had more films that kind of came out. We had a Dear Life series of trailers and reactions and whatnot, and it is from SRK's latest film. And excuse me. And we covered those trailers and talked a little bit about the film. And it looked, it looked like a typical SRK film, where you have kind of a love story. It looked like maybe a love story, or at least a strong, caring story. Will I see it? I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, so far these trailers that we've talked about, I don't know if there's any films that I would see yet. But I guess we'll see, huh? We'll see. Then we had the Shive trailer, and if you guys remember, I've had heat with Shive, with my man AJ Devgan, who apparently hates me and does not want me to kind of do any of his videos. So we had to do an overreaction style and use jabby stuff once again and kind of go through and do our trailer reaction. There was the Cabal trailer. And that looked okay. The trailer looked okay. A lot of Russian stuff that you guys probably won't be interested in. But man, oh man, the Russian films look really good. A lot of action. It seemed like they have a lot of action in it. Excuse me. Let's see, what else did we go through? Oh boy, there's gonna be a ton here. Oh, I introduced you to Action Jackson, right? And we had him take a look at the AJ Devgan Action Jackson remake trailer, and this is the first time that he's ever seen it. This is the first time he's ever seen anything like this, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to excuse me, to share Bollywood with a friend and have him get his thoughts on it, and we'll talk more about this in later shows. But he really had an interest in it. We had the Kahani 2 trailer that looked outstanding. I want to see that film. Looked really good. We did a parody of Controlled Chaos, where me and the Warrior Queen dressed up as Sam and Dave and had some fun on it. We did a mailbag. Happy Diwali to everybody. There were some Chinese films that we took a look at. EK Villain trailer looked really good. I enjoyed that. Ragatar trailer looked decent. There was a trailer. Let me see if I can find where it's going to be later in my list. Trailers. We did a thing about Katrina Kaif, and here's the thing. There's a lot of confusion about it with satire, and I think maybe the language barrier kind of stepped in, and cultural barrier stepped in. So here was the deal with all the Katrina Kaif stuff. One of the things that I've noticed, especially when it comes to the cons, primarily SRK and Selman, that the fans are just crazy for their guy, right? Whichever con you love this con, and you get so emotionally wrapped up in this, and that you just, sometimes it just, to an outsider, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like if you say something like, yeah, you know what, that film was okay, I don't know if I really liked it or not, and it's like, you're racist, and so you see this kind of lack of reason, lack of what's the word I'm looking for, just sensibility about the film, about people having another opinion that doesn't line up with what you think it should be. And it just really, truly struck me really, really strange. So I did a series of videos where I started posting Katrina Kaif videos and clips and trying to say that she was the greatest actress ever. And it was going to build up to a climactic trailer or a climactic film where we talk about how much she overcame because she really used to be a black woman. And she used the Fair and Lovely cream, and it was supposed to be a joke. And some of you got it, some of you did not, and it caused a lot of confusion. But that was the deal. I was trying to make a comment on the fanboy nature of the cons and how crazy people get over the cons, and was hoping that you would enjoy it. Perhaps great idea, poor execution perhaps on my part. We had the Kashmora trailer, and I thought that looked really good. Looks like there's some really just good films coming out. We did a movie review on Umrah John. It was a 1981 film. Excuse me. And I have to say that I enjoyed the film. I thought it was good. There was some slow-moving stuff, and I got confused a little bit in dialogue as I was watching it. And but good. I mean, I can see why it's considered a classic. I got this list that I found. I kind of Googled the top 100 Bollywood films of all time, and I got this list that was picked by Hindi film critics. And I've been trying to, as I can find them, and it's taken a little time because I gotta find them either online or get a copy of them. As I want to watch these films, and so I can be more up to speed about what is going on in the film industry, so I can talk about the classics. And I think this is one of the things too that I guess I would warn you guys about, that I see on the reaction kind of horizon. You just look around, and there are two things that would I would say there's three things I think that concern me about this reaction community. Number one, how many people are asking for money? That bothers me, where I see a lot of support my page. And there are people that I like who do reactions that do it, but I don't like it. I'm not going to do it. I don't. I'm not here to beg for money to try to get you to give me a quarter and I'll do your reaction. I mean, come on, man. Can we get above this? I mean, it just cheapens the whole thing, right? It cheapens the whole thing. It makes it look like you really don't care about India and its people, but you're just trying to make money off of this, right? That's what it looks like to me. So that's one thing that bothers me. The other thing that bothers me about it is how many yes men there are. You watch these videos, you could take send a clip and say, hey, so and so, can you comment on this video? And it's some dude taking a crap on the shore of the Ganges River, and they'd be like, that was great. Oh yes, look at and this fake reaction stuff, dude. And it's just like I just really hope you guys see through it. I mean, it bothers me when I watch it, because what it says to me, to you, about you, is that you're gullible and naive, and we're not willing to share our opinion with it. And whatever, people can do what they want to do. But I share my real opinion with it, and I get blasted for it, and I get in trouble for it, and YouTube's always threatening to kick me out, and because I say something that's true, like Pakistan sucks, and this movie sucks, and then the film house gets mad at me, and they don't want me to comment on all their stuff. But you know what? They can all suck it, because I'm not doing this for the approval of men or to make money. I'm doing this because I like you guys, and I want to hang out with you, and let's have some fun, right? So that's the other thing that concerns me. The third thing is boy, just with all the tension going on, man, why would you be promoting Pakistani films? Why? It just seems like a slap in the face. Now, if I'm wrong, leave me a comment and say, Professor, you're wrong, and I'll consider it. I'm not a fool. I think about whether things are right or wrong, and sometimes I'm wrong, and I very well could conceive that back to you. Then we talked about another film that I saw, and there was some other stuff too. There was the history of the turban. There was an animated film that I just got destroyed on, and it was about the Sikh, the founder of Sikhs, and I talked about how bad the animation was on the film. Just like I thought it was completely just really cheeseball, and I booed the animation. And man, oh man, everybody's hating me on that, dude. And that's okay, whatever. I mean, I understand, but again, I think that kind of speaks to the fanboyism of stuff, and we just got to get past that. I think Swadees was next up on my classic list, and I saw it online. I watched it, and I thought it was the finest SRK performance. And I really liked the fact that it kind of dealt with. It was a microcosm of old India versus new India. It was like, as we see I don't know if you guys seen the Letterman documentary with Modi, where they show old India and new India and how these two worlds are colliding. I thought Swadees kind of captured that a little bit. The old versus the new, the Western versus the Eastern, the Occidental versus the Orient, and how it just kind of collides, and you have these different things that happen. So I gave it a really good grade. I thought it was enjoyable. I liked it a lot, and we gave it a good grade. I think it is a good film. I think it is enjoyable, and I would encourage it if you haven't seen it yet and you don't know who SRK is. That's a pretty good, solid SRK performance. I gave it an A. I gave it an A on the grade. We've been getting a lot of requests to do these reaction commentary videos on ATV series, and they're another one who has decided to block me worldwide. They don't like me, and for whatever reason, and I guess probably are too controversial. And I know some of you have said, well, Professor, maybe you shouldn't bring the politics into it, and it's like, well, I mean, I understand that, but I don't really care. I just, I'm an old dude. I'm 46. I'm going to share my thoughts, and if they don't like it, they can block me. We'll figure it out. Sorry, this cold's killing me. I gotta stay hydrated. Talking kind of makes me want to start going on a coughing, sneezing jag. I think what we're going to do with it is we'll either do a commentary style where I'll just tape myself discussing the episode as I watch it, or we'll do overreaction. Maybe we'll steal it from Jabby. Yes, I know. We steal a lot from Jabby, don't we? Yes, we are Jabby thieves. There was another movie commentary that I did. It was Tanva, and it had Manjo Bapehi, in it, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a short little film, maybe 13, 14 minutes long, and he was a cop who wouldn't, he would not become a crooked cop, and just they came across a drug bust and they had the money, he wouldn't take it, and see how his life kind of played out. And then he got, he just snaps at a festival and pulls his gun out and makes people start dancing, and he starts dancing, and one of his subordinates tapes it and puts it on YouTube. And of course he gets suspended, and it was a lot of fun. It was really, really good. We also mixed in a whole bunch of kind of political stuff, but I won't go into that on this because I just want to talk about the Bollywood films. I think the last Bollywood kind of piece of news in the no, there are a few of them. Action Jackson took a look at Rocky Handsome, and he got to see some Rocky Handsome, and he enjoyed that and wants to see more. So I think what we'll do with Action Jackson is we're going to get him to watch some of these Bollywood action films, and kind of see how, get his take on it, because that's one of the things that I've been wanting to do is just, and I have been, is share these films with my friends and family, because I think this is just a really cool genre, and it doesn't get enough love, it doesn't get enough respect, and it needs to have respect. I think the final recap video was where is it? Oh, it is it was a singing and dancing a bit with SRK in it, and Madhura Dixit, who is just dreamy, isn't she? I enjoyed the heck out of it. I danced along with it as best I could in my chair. I swiveled around, I did hand dancing, and I went along with it, and really, really enjoyed it. And I love her. I've enjoyed every performance of her. Even Gulab Gang. I've enjoyed Gulab Gang. Yes, I've seen it. I enjoyed her performance in it, and that movie should have been epic, dude. That movie should have been so freaking epic, but at last it wasn't. I think the other thing too is I did a spoof video about new students, the syllabus and finals coming up. Dude, the amount of growth that we've had has just been phenomenal. October 31st, I was like in the 4,000s for subscribers, and I think I started this and actually started putting videos on here, I don't know, January, February, somewhere on there. And it was a 4,000 I was pretty happy with. I was feeling like, okay, maybe I can get to 7,000 by the end of the year. Maybe we'll see. Like you can control that. Not really. I mean, you just try to put out your best videos and see what happens. But we're at 8270 as of the taping of this. And a lot of people have been saying, and this has been really cool, is when, they're a new subscriber, they say, I'm a new student here. And, that's really cool because community is setting in. We're getting our own languages like this. This is an important piece here for us. And we see it too with the Russians. The Russians are also coming across saying, a new student here. So I did this thing where I just kind of talked about finals and whatnot and had a little fun with it. But I am going to be doing my first giveaway. And how that's going to work is I am going to kind of put together what I'm calling the final exam. And it's going to be trivia questions, kind of about the channel. And it's going to be, if you are a faithful watcher, you will probably know more of this. And we're going to talk about some things, who is the warrior queen, right? And I'll go through questions like that. Who is my favorite Khan? And I'll list them out, and then the first person that can email me the correct answer, I'm going to give away a gift, and I'll mail it to whatever. If you live in India, I'll mail it to India. If you live in Russia, I'll mail it to Russia. Whatever it is, we'll mail it out. And excuse me again for the drinking of the water with my cold. And I think, I think I'm going to go with some independent metal music that I got, some CDs to send off to you. So I think that's probably what we're going to do. So stay tuned for that. We're going to do it at the end of the year, and we'll have a really good time with it. My website is down and gone. I am working on a new one. I'm rehashing everything. You guys have changed everything. and I'm going to be launching an internet radio station, and we're going to do it as a commercial radio station. What does that mean? Well, what that means is we'll have the right to play whatever. We're going to have music license so we can play whatever we want to. And I have asked the Russians for some music ideas, and they sent them to me. And I've asked you guys in the past, if you remember, several months ago, for music ideas, and I have those. And just keep tuned for that. And you know, we'll kind of go from there. I'll keep you posted on this, and you know, it will be accessible by your phone, by the computer. And you can tune in. I'm going to be putting Indian music on there. There are songs from soundtracks that I absolutely love. I think Detective Bosky, you know, Calcutta Kiss I love. There's one of our friends here shared some Indian metal with me. We're going to put them on there. And so I think it'll be a good time. I think it'll be a good kind of melting pot of the new axes of heroes. India, Russia, and America. I'm going to blend the music up, and we'll have a lot of good time. We're also going to be doing we're also going to be putting shows together on there. So there will be the Warrior Queen and I will be doing Revolution. Action Jackson and I will be doing, I think you want to call it the Misfit Doctors. We'll talk about film and stuff. There are a few people I want to reach out to who I think can do a really good job with the show. Or doing a show, and you know, I would love to have a Hindi show, a Bollywood show, a Indian show on there. And if you're interested in having a radio show, you know, let me know. We're looking to have this thing up in a year, so that you know it's going to take some time. Don't expect like, ooh boy, you know, where's my? It's not up next, you know. It's not up. It's 1 week later. It's not up. What's going on? You know, it's going to take some time. I'm designing the site right now. I got to implement everything, get the music, get the license, and you know, kind of just press forward. So that's kind of where we're heading. Thanks again for all the love and support. Jai Hind, Namaste. You guys are the best. I really, really appreciate your support and your friendship. Long live Modi. Long live Swami. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.